In today's video we're looking at the brand new Casio SE-S100 cash register in the silver. It's also available in red, gold and black. At the end of this video there'll be links posted to watch our other demo videos so you can pick and choose your colour and see which one best suits your store. The machine's available through the Shop Stuff website and we stock all the colours. Okay, if we have a look at the machine now, one of the big questions we get asked is machine dimensions. So the SE-S100 has the same footprint as the SE-S10, which is the model before it. The width is 410mm, so from left to right. The total depth, so from the front to the back of the cash drawer, is 450mm, and the total height of the till, including the base and the register on the top, is 180mm. If we now look at some of the features of the till, we can see we've got a LCD, really bright operator display. The machine has 12 department buttons, so when we've got the key in the register position, we can ring a sale through by typing in the price, so 199, and then we can assign that price to any one of the 12 department buttons. We can repeat that procedure for each item in the sale. Your department buttons are normally open, but you can have them preset. So we've got a lottery button on this till. If we press department 9, it comes up with lottery, £2. You can see there the display is two-line. So on the top line you have the most recent item entered, and then on the bottom line you have the running total of the sale. Once you've finished entering all the items for the sale, you can hit your subtotal button and then enter the amount of money tendered by the customer. So the sale's £4.98. If they hand over a £5 note, simply 500 and then your cash amount tender button. This will fire open the cash drawer, and if you've got the machine in receipt mode, you'll get a receipt printout. The change is displayed on screen because we entered the amount tendered. If we have a look at the receipt that's printed out, because the machine has a customizable department text, we've got all the items listed out on there. We've got the date and time, and the top line, or the top part of the message, is your receipt header. The Casio standard message is what you're seeing now, so your receipt, thank you, call again. You can have up to 5 lines of text here, so we can program the machine to have your shop name, telephone number, VAT number, all that sort of information on there. It's a thermal printing register, and there's a paper saving option as well. So if you press the paper saving button, the machine toggles to no receipt issue. So if we put through another transaction, we wouldn't get a receipt printout, but if the customer wanted a copy receipt, then immediately next to paper saving there's a post receipt button. So you can have a copy receipt as well as your end of day report. This is a good way of saving paper if you don't want a receipt printing out of every single transaction. As well as having the 12 departments, the SE-S100 has a department shift button allowing you to have up to 24 departments, and there's also a PLU function on the machine. The SE-S100 supports up to 2000 PLUs, and to sell a PLU item you simply type in the PLU number, so for example number 1, and then you hit your PLU button and that brings up your pre-programmed product and the price. So we've got tea bags, £1.50. We subtotal off that sale. We'll also show you another function. The machine has a multiply button, so if you sold 10 lots of that item, you could simply go 10 multiply and then 1 PLU, and you've sold 10 lots of those tea bags. The total £16.50 because obviously we've sold 11. If we now subtotal that, we can have a look at some of the other tender buttons on the machine. Obviously we've showed you cash, but you also have CHK for check, CH for charge and CR for credit. These are for splitting up your payments on your Z report, so when you come to reconcile your till at the end of the day, the report will have an amount for cash in draw, check in draw, charge in draw, so it's much easier to reconcile. They work in exactly the same way as the cash button, so if we press CH for example, because we've turned the receipt off, there's no receipt issued, but the cash draw is fired and the sale has been processed. We can just test the post receipt function. So there we go, we press post receipt because we didn't have the standard receipt printed on, so we've now had a copy of that receipt print out. The machine has the standard Casio key lock, so when you get the machine you'll have 2 PGM keys which act as manager keys, so will turn to every lock every mode on the key lock, and you also have 2 OP keys for operators to process sales. Have a look at the options on the key lock. You have calculator mode, X mode, which is running for your halfway through the day shift reports or flash reports. You have your Z position for your end of day sales reporting. Back round past reg to off. You then have RF for refunds and PGM for programming. One of the other notable features of the SE-S100 is that at the front of the machine it has an SD card slot, so you can back up your sales data and also your programming to the card. So there's 2 advantages to this. Firstly, you can put your sales data onto a PC, and alternatively you've then got because you've got a program backup, if you use the PLU functions and end up programming a lot of PLUs, if the machine broke or had to be reprogrammed or wiped for whatever reason, it'd be advantageous to have a backup of your program that you could just send down to the till in a matter of seconds rather than have to reprogram it all. The machine also has in addition to the customer display, there's also in addition to the operator display, there's also a fixed customer rear display. It's not as bright and bold as the operator display, but it does give you a total for the sale, so it shows the numerics of a transaction. Right now appearing on screen are the links to our other videos on the SE-S100, so if you want to take a look at the different colours, feel free to click on the links, and there's also information on how to order the machine from ShopStuff. Basically, for more information, visit shopstuff.co.uk or feel free to give us a tinkle. Thanks for watching.